Alright guys, how's it going? It's StattoJoe here, and today we're going to be looking at the top 10 rated Premier League players this season so far according to the stats. Now that is a catchy title. And in at number 10 is Mason Mount with a score of 7.37 out of 10. Now this might actually be a surprise to some of you because Chelsea haven't been performing well this season. They've just sacked Lampard, new managers come in, but Mason Mount has been a real bright spark for Chelsea this season. He's scored 2 and he's assisted 4, which maybe isn't, stunning figures, but he's certainly contributed heavily to that team. And you could see that Frank Lampard really trusted him. He's number 10. He's at 7.37 out of 10, and you can't really fault him for his performances this season. And at number 9 is John Stones, who also has a score of 7.37 out of 10. Now, John Stones has really struggled at Man City until this season, and actually even at the start of this season, he hadn't been in the team, and it was really injuries that brought him in. But in the league this season, John Stones has played 11 games, and in 9 of those games, City have kept a clean sheet. Another 2, they've only conceded 2, and John Stones has scored 2, so he's scored as many as they've conceded in his 11 matches, which makes him the highest rated centre-back in the Premier League so far this season. In at number 8, we have Mohamed Salah, who has a score of 7.38 out of 10. He's the league's current top goal scorer with 13 goals, and I know that a lot of Liverpool fans actually find him quite frustrating because he doesn't pass a lot, it's totally fair. He's 14th in the entire Liverpool squad for accurate passes at 83.6%. But he does have an XG of 9.8, which means he scored 3 goals more really than he should have. In at number 7 is Heung-min Son, a man who needs no introduction, with a score of 7.39 out of 10. And when you look at his stats, it is no wonder that he's up here in the top 10 players this season. Son has scored 12 goals this season, which makes him joint second, and 63% of his shots on target are goals, which is just crazy. He has an XG of 6.5, which means he has scored 5.5 more goals than expected this season. In at number 6, we have a player who I don't think many of you would have on your lists, and that's João Cancelo, who has a score of 7.41 out of 10. Now, he did struggle initially in the Man City team, but this season he's really come into his own, and he's got 32 tackles, which is the second best in the team, and 24 interceptions, which is the best in the whole Man City squad, and he is the highest rated defender in the Premier League currently this season. At number 5 we have James Rodriguez, who's got a score of 7.67 out of 10. Now, I remember in the summer when I heard that he signed for Everton, I was like, this is unbelievable for the Premier League, and he really did start well, he really did, and he's probably quietened down a bit now, I would say, but when you look at his stats, they're really impressive. So he scored 3 goals this season, but his average distance from goal from when he scored has been just over 20 yards, and he's also completed 120 long passes, which is the 4th highest in the Everton squad. And at number 4 we have Bruno Fernandes, who has a score of 7.68 out of 10. Now, you can't deny the impact that he's had on United since he arrived, and this season alone he has 18 goal contributions with 11 goals and 7 assists. In the calendar year of 2020, he got 4 Premier League Player of the Match awards, and this season he's got an XG of 9, which means he's scored 2 more goals than expected. At number 3, let him talk, it's Kevin De Bruyne with a score of 7.74 out of 10. Now, this should really come as no surprise because he's been the Premier League's one of the best performers in the league for the last couple of years. This season alone he's got 10 assists, which is the second highest, and he's completed 5.5% of all of Man City's passes in the league this season. The best stat I could find for De Bruyne was that he has 0.96 actions that lead to a goal per game. So basically, in every game, he does something that leads to a goal, whether that's scoring or a key pass or an assist. In at number 2, which may be a surprise to many, is Jack Grealish with a score of 7.78 out of 10. He's just Villa's playmaker. There's nothing much more to say about him The stats aren't necessarily extraordinary, although he does have good stats. He's scored 5 and assisted 8, and he's been directly involved in 43% of all of Aston Villa's goals. But it's very difficult to really pinpoint an exceptional stat for Grealish. He's just an all-round great player, and some would say that he carries Aston Villa to the position that they're in currently. And finally, at number 1, the stats say he's the best player in the Premier League currently. Should be no surprise that it's the Hurricane, Harry Kane, with a score of 7.81 out of 10. This season, he's already scored 12, and he's brought the assists into his game, and he's assisted 11, so he has 23 goal contributions this season. There isn't much more to say about Harry Kane. He's just been exceptional this season. I remember a few seasons ago everyone thought he would be a one-season wonder, and now they've been proved so badly wrong. I think he scored over 150 goals in the Premier League already, and it's just crazy. So yeah, that's number 1 currently as the best player in the Premier League so far. So there we are. They are, according to the stats, the 10 top-rated players so far in the Premier League this season. What did you think? Did you disagree? Can you disagree with stats? Let me know what you think. And if you're new to the channel, give it a subscribe. I'd really love you to join me as we go through the football season and beyond. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and let me know what you thought in the comments. Cheers.